What's happening, YouTube? Happy Valentine's Day at the time of this recording. So here I am with my PRLostGalaxy2014 review on the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Mighty Morphin Ninja Pink Rangers, one Catherine and one Kimberly. Even though I had, finished the primary 5 Mighty Morphin Rangers, but now we're getting to Ninjetti Power, or in that term, or Ninja Ranger Power, in a sense. So this is the first of many of the Ninja Rangers I will do for Mighty Morphin, and get those out of the way so I can get started with the metallic armor and also wrap up some other Power Ranger team I got to do in 2025. So I'm happy I got both Kimberly and Catherine as the Pink Ninja Ranger, even though the figure is the same, but you just got different head sculpts for Catherine and Kimberly in the ninja suit. And now, be advised that the Kimberly figure that I got in her ninja form, I got way back in 2022, and got Catherine in her ninja suit just recently. Here's how both boxes look, with, Kimberly doing this with her figure, and then Catherine doing this with her figure, because you get that lightning effect piece for both their feet, so I'm going to see how those look as well. Because since I have both of the same thing, we're going to take a look at each of them one by one. So we may say too much pink energy is dangerous, but damn it, we're going to go all out with that pink energy, that dangerous pink energy this time. Ninja Ranger Power now! Okay, now that we got both of Mighty Morphin Ninja Pink out of the boxes, now we gotta take a look at some accessories, because there is just so many of them. What's different is that we got new lightning effect pieces where you can just put them on a hand and also the feet, as shown on the display pieces, with the swiftness and cunningness of the ninja it may be. And I also like some of the glittery shine that was done on this lightning effect piece, because yeah, not so bad. And if you want to apply that on the hands or the feet, you can do that. Now, interchangeable hands are pretty much the same for both Kimberly and Kat. So they both have, well, Kimberly had this hand with, this little hand right here, and also a karate chop hand, which you can apply on that as well. Catherine had something similar. Then you also had the cloth pieces to put on the masks if you want to do that. But even though it was kind of tough when I tried to do this the first time on Catherine's ninja figure, but this is what the cloth pieces for the neck for each of the 2 Pink Rangers. Then we also have the different differentiating heads for both Kimberly and Catherine, resembling exactly like their actresses. And yeah, these are pretty darn decent the way how they were put together. Yeah, different shade of pink. We may say different shade of pink, but the shade of pink is pretty much the same, really. So put this back. I had to take off this from the Catherine figure because you can see her blue eye pupils because she's an Australian an Australian, so Kimberly with her brown eyes, with compared to Catherine's very, let's say, dreamy blue Australian eyes, and you can see that on the head sculpt very decently well. And I do want to take a look at each of them, but I do want to start at looking at Kimberly's figure before that. But I do want to talk about Ninja Kimberly's head sculpt. Now, this is a way better representation of Amy Jo Johnson as the character, as opposed to her Wave 2 Lightning Collection release. But again, when I get the remaster one, we have yet another decent Kimberly head with a more decent likeness to Amy Jo Johnson as possible. Because when I talked about the Wave 2 Mighty Morphin Pink release a while ago, I was never a fan of that head sculpt. And honestly, this is a way better head of Kimberly than what we had earlier. And then we take a look at Catherine's head, which, yeah, was difficult to take off, but I'm going to keep the Catherine head on the Pink Ninja Ranger figure number 2. Honestly, these are spot-on likenesses of both Catherine Sutherland and Amy Jo Johnson as the Pink Ninja Ranger. Although Catherine, fun fact, now Catherine Sutherland was going to be in the first Power Rangers movie, but the producers felt she was like too young for the part. And I think ever since when they filmed the movie 30 years ago, that's when they knew that she was destined to be a part of the franchise, since she couldn't get the part of Dulcea in the first Power Rangers movie. So they gave her something in the series, of course, taking over Kimberly's place. First as an evil pawn of Rita's, and then later on taking on the mantle of the Pink Ranger, because as Kimberly was about to leave, that's when Catherine came in and took over that mantle. But I kind of wish that Catherine could have been Mighty Morphin Pink a little longer, but again, season 3 was running on fumes, and also after seeing the Mighty Morphin suits for so long, interest for Power Rangers was starting to wane. So I guess there's a reason why they decided to ditch the Terra Ranger Mighty Morphin Pink suit for a while, and the rest of the Mighty Morphin and that one the Zoo Ranger and Lone Die Ranger suits after having them for so long and over 100 episodes at this point. Kimberly's figure is very decent with this, but although either you want to use your preference, because as shown here, this is the fully clothed version as seen in season 3, and this is how Kimberly's head looked with the mask on in the 1995 movie. Because considering that now we have something similar Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, and as this year is the 30th anniversary of the movie, so we got something for that movie for the 30th anniversary, and as I'm reviewing it in 2025, though the Ninjetti figures have been around since 2021, 2022, but it makes sense to celebrate 30 years of my all-time favorite season of the 3 of Mighty Morphin, so I'm happy I got something for MMPR season 3 and the movie, and don't worry, wait until I get the Alien Rangers. Now I do want to take a look at this Ninja Kimberly head and see how this looks on the the original Pink Ranger body. So let's move this aside and see how that head looks on the Mighty Morphin Pink body. Well, this isn't the best I could do, because when I took the Pink Ranger helmet off, I was worried that I would break the head joint off just like I did my Mighty Morphin Yellow earlier, so that's what I'm worried about. But as far as I'm concerned, this is as far as I could do with the Pink Ranger body with the Ninja Kimberly head on this figure, and again, not bad. I mean, even though I also noticed when you take the head off, just try not to break it, the ball joint is very lakey on Mighty Morphin Pink's head. Something I noticed, because I just hope that when I get the remaster figure, this does not become a prevalent issue. Placed with these Lightning Collection figures and how they sculpted them, in the way how they did head joints, ball joints on the heads. Yeah, it could be difficult to do so, but again, I can snap the Pink Ranger's helmet on just fine. But I also noticed that the head started getting a little lanky and loose now too, because again, this is a figure I should have got over like 5 years ago. I'll just put OG Pink over there for now and just look at the Ninja figures. Okay, let's take a look at paint apps and how they did them, even though they're all the same, but just specifically looking at the body from the Kimberly release of Ninja Ranger Pink. I've noticed that the shade of pink is a little inconsistent. Once again, Hasbro just really knows how to make the pink a little inconsistent on some of these Pink Rangers. At least I didn't have a problem like that with Lost Galaxy Pink or SPD Pink, but so far this is now 3 Mighty Morphin Pink Rangers I've gotten in my collection now, and I've noticed how inconsistent the paint is on the Kimberly and Catherine, because they're both like the same, but Kimberly's got the worst offender, because look how they did the inconsistent shade of pink on her ass. No, seriously, look at that inconsistent shade of pink on her butt. Let's see, I do like the way how they did the Crane Ninja Zord coin on both Kimberly and Catherine. They're both the same, so nothing different. I do like the amount of detail they put on, the figures to make, because again, the Ninja suits were cloth, while the, primary Mighty Morphin suits were spandex. And plus, the butterfly joints are limited, because given this part of the chest, and I think same go for all the Ninja Ranger figures. And I'm surprised, I can't believe they used these for those Cobra Kai Power Ranger figure releases that they had. Yeah, well, I can care less about Cobra Kai. I'm really more about Power Rangers. Yeah, and honestly, I kind of wish that looking at these Ninja figures, Now, I did miss out on getting these when I was a kid, when the original Bandai America toys of the Ninja Ranger figures for all of them came out. I remember growing up, I only had like the blue, red, and white Rangers, I believe. I never did got pink, black, and yellows Ninja figures. Okay? But getting the Lightning Collection figures from them make up for it. The skirt is cloth, so you have that, you know, rubber cloth. And then let's take a look at how the articulation is on both of them, but particularly this one. You know, of course, this is a female body, so the elbow crunch is what it is, just straight forward. And you can turn the head, but given the rubber piece for the ninja mask, you just gotta be careful turning that. Then you gotta take a look at how you gotta get the legs up and try to do a knee crunch if you can. Yeah, you can get a knee crunch, but there's not much. Okay, yeah, you can. You can get a bunch of knee crunching going on this leg, and then yeah, this is tough because given that given the legs on the Ninja Rangers are pretty thick, it's going to get in the way of leg movement. So that's why the leg movement is a little stuffed up, if you can say that. And then let's take a look at this leg on this Ninja Pink Ranger. I'm scared I'm going to break it. And you got that knee crunch on this leg, and also ankle pivot on this leg too. So what are my thoughts on these Ninja Pink Ranger figures? Even though they're both the same, but I have to admit it's great owning them, and I'm just now getting started doing some Ninjetti power, as you could say, because of course my next Power Rangers Lightning Collection review in a few weeks or so is, as promised, I got Aisha as the Ninja Yellow Ranger, so I'll look into her. And other than that, these were all right, you know, Ninja Ranger figures. And also I really wanted to own these because I missed out on getting the original 90s toys. But actually, the Hasbro figures of the Ninja Rangers are way better than the Bandai versions, because honestly, I was just not a big fan of the Bandai, you know, versions as I grew older, and they looked cool for what they was back in the 90s with that karate chop, you know, arm swivels and stuff they had from back in the day. But the Hasbro figures, you got way more articulation going on, and more detail on them than usually before. So Ninja Catherine, I'm just going to keep Catherine's head on this without the face, and just keep that there. So other than that, that's it for my review. Until next time, when I discuss Mighty Morphin Ninja Yellow with Aisha, and also future Power Rangers Lightning Collection videos to review this year in 2025. So be sure to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time with a new review.